This video here is for you, Kevin McCarthy. I know last time I came off a little strong, but I actually do have 10 bills that I came up with that could promote basically a self-sustainable America, generate millions and millions of jobs, bring back the power to the American people, and keep representatives accountable for everything they do. And everything be on the record while working as a representative for the United States Congress. Alright, I want to try to make this thing in 10 minutes or less, so I'm going to get on with it right now. Uno momento. Bill 1, Marijuana Decriminalization Act. This bill will make weed legal on a federal level, splitting the generated tax revenue 70-30. Basically giving the federal government 70% and leaving the state that generated the said funds from that individual state's amount generated 30% after they pay their 70% dues to the federal government. And that's still a sizable amount of money that they get each year. So that would be basically tapping into huge untouched tax revenue in the U.S. that we're not taking advantage of. I smoke weed personally, and I guarantee you the weed laws ain't stopping anybody. Weed sales are actually great right now for my my buddy who's also my plug. So you ain't stopping anything. You're just basically putting money into criminals' hands instead of the U.S. government. It's just, to me, it's why. Bill 2, Paying into the Future Act. In order to phase out fossil fuels, we give big businesses that run our country tax breaks by investing in stock for solar energy with following companies. EPS, which is my future company. These bills are meant to go into when I go for Congress in 2030, but if y'all can pass them now, fuck, makes my job easier. Tesla, Lightyear 1, SpaceX, and Sierra Energy. These companies are at the forefront of solar energy technologies, as well as how we process our waste, as well as our way of life. This will give the big three, timber, oil, and food, a 15% stake in federal portion of state taxes generated through cannabis sale. And the food industry would also benefit because when people smoke weed, they get the munchies. And with that 15% of a low ball estimate of 30 billion, 5, 5, and 5, and you separate that to 70%, so you're looking at a little less, but I mean still, it's a large amount of money to the big three, so that they play ball to move forward to a greener, more efficient way. Okay. We will be I'm trying to phase out fossil fuels, but I'm also going to generate more jobs to make the car companies and the automotive industry that is, going to become obsolete with the privatization of energy to the homeowners with solar panels and making homes fully electric that I have planned out. And the thing about that is I have a bill that also prevents that. It gives basically the American car companies a chance to basically still survive in the competitive market, keep them all Americans employed, keep them working, keep car companies up and running, and make them good money. Because I tell you what, right now, me personally, if I had money, I would have a Tesla Model S, but I'm also going to go get like a 350Z or a 370Z or some nice sports car and soup it the fuck up. Because it ain't the same as American engine roaring, man. It just ain't. So, just no side note on that. And now, let's move on to Bill 4. This is called the Green Wave Renovation Act. A 2-year, $10 billion renovation and construction plan aimed to build grow houses, distribution centers, as well as remodeling bars with smoking lounges to bars, slowly phasing out alcohol. Alcohol will still be available. Why throw away a profitable tax revenue? You know what I mean? Why? But we'll times that, double the price of the alcohol. Okay, so like I say, a bottle of whiskey, a bowl of bourbon, I love that shit. It's 32 bucks. Okay, jack that up to 60. All that extra tax revenue will push alcoholics to go buy weed. So put it back into the economy still, and people won't be dying and going home drunk and driving off the road. Because I tell you what, I'll just tell you this personally right now. I drive high all the fucking time, and the only thing that's that happens is I go under the speed limit. It does not affect my ability to drive. Now that may not be the case for everybody, but for me it does not. Okay, for the most part, The only thing a stoner is going to be doing when they're driving is going 5 miles under the speed limit because they're afraid every fucking passing car is a cop. Bill 5. This is where it gets into the fun part, okay? This basically gives, transparency to the people, allow the people to get to know their congressman, make the congressman actually do their job and represent the people from their district properly. It's called the Transparency Act, okay? This bill would make it a requirement of members in Congress to be mic'd up when they are discussing anything involving each member's debate, interviews with the media, bills they're going over, political agenda involving big businesses, and all times while on the job as a representative, so long that the information isn't national security concern. This prevents the media to twist a representative's words, as well as keep the representative transparent and honest with the people they represent from their district. This will not be applicable to the representative's personal life. This bill will also require representatives to give a full live on the problems that brought to them by the people they represent, as well as at end of the week live to tell the people basically what they did for the week, and basically have to be honest and whether they suck or not. Basically that's what that is in a nutshell. And the twice a week alive, it basically combats, many young people don't even know who their congressman is, it's sad. So this basically combats that, and also going to allow a rating system so that basically goes through an app to where stuff that's more national, like should be known by our citizens and nobody else, no other country. We have a special app that you have to prove your citizenship to be a part of, and all the more confidential stuff that's pertaining to America that we don't want other countries to know, but we want our people to know, stays with our people. Also gives a rating system for our congressmen and women. 5 stars being like Kevin McCarthy, or half star for like a Pelosi or Hillary. That's corrupt. Bill 6, Hunters Act. Okay. This bill would make hunting an American right. This bill will allow many national parks and state parks to allow the public to hunt on the land as long as they don't use any kind of firearm, only compound and crossbows with the 80-pound loop draw weight or less, to be protected under this part of the plan. So basically, if you go into a national park or forest, it'll let you know when you go in to stay on the trails. Trails will be marked out away from the hunting zones, okay? And once you'll have the hunting zones marked, obvious, but it'll only be compound bows and arrows. So, if somebody's able to hit a deer at 40 yards with a bow and arrow, it's very unlikely that they're going to kill somebody with it, okay? So, it's only applicable if they're using a compound bow or a crossbow. This bill would also raise the number of deer tags provided to the public based on the size of their family. So a family of 5 kids would basically get more tags. They'd be allowed 6 to 7. And someone like me and my girl and my daughter would get 2 to 3. And we'll also double the cost of tags and take all the extra money we generate from that and put it back in the restoration of our environment, as well as 50% back into our veterans' pockets. And removing the hunter safety course and transferring gun safety to the parents, making them actually do their jobs too. Skip over one. No, I had a Voluntary Collaboration Act. I must have skipped a page. Oh no, I went over Bill 3. Sorry. Bill 7. What time am I here? Oh. This is my last bill is called the Clean Energy Choice Act. Actually, I'm going to end it here because I'm at the 10-minute margin. I'll release another bill with the following half of my legislation. I hope you get this, Kevin McCarthy. Have a good day, sir.